In a society where the media controls the narrative while placing a muzzle on the mouths of the incarcerated, my co-hosts and I are the voices for the incarcerated. It's no longer on the media to tell our stories. It's on us. Hashtag because it is. All right, man. Welcome to On Us, the voice for the incarcerated. You know, how you gonna bless the platform today?
Well, first of all, my name is Cornelius Thompson, but everybody know me in the streets as JimJones. I want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity on this platform, because it's a joy to be able to speak to an audience that understands where we come from, far and from.
Yes, sir. That part right there. So, coming from doing life to living life, how would you, subscribe that process? Was it a rough journey, or was it just something, land in your hands and you took the opportunity, to endure?
Well, first and foremost, right, let me say this. My vision on the streets, it came far beyond my presence right now. I envisioned this while I was incarcerated. And so when I made that transition out, I thought that it was going to be easy. However, going into a transitional home and being shocked from a new culture, it was completely different. I came out of prison in 2020. I went to prison in 1992. The same day I got out of prison was the same day was my father's funeral. So there was a mixed emotion with me in regards to freedom. How can I be joyous and happy that I'm free, but at the same token, I'm on my way to my father's funeral? Man. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So with that being said, my mindset was driven on succeeding, right? Because what I realize is those who are close to the problem or those who are close to the solution.
Okay. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? The problem and the solution?
So what I mean by that is I place myself in certain situations, right? Situations where I felt that I can grow and achieve. Because just as a garden, you have to prune before you plant, right? Because there's weeds within the garden. So I need to prune them in order for me to be able to succeed and grow.
Okay.
So when I had that opportunity, there was bumps and bruises. I had situations to whereas just the mere fact of going to go get my birth certificate was a challenging point because I was adopted. And so here I am, American citizen for 46 years to get out of prison, and they tell me that I don't exist.
Man. Okay. So you started from the gate with challenges. What made you see them challenges through without retrogressing back to the lifestyle that got you there?
So I'll give credit to all social media. And I met a female on Plenty of Fish, and she was a saving grace to my life, right? Because she worked 5 minutes from the transitional house that I was in, and she lived 5 minutes from the transitional house that I lived in. So she helped me navigate my way. So the position that I am today in my employment, she could have been a supervisor in this very position.
Okay. You said she could have been, or she chose not to be, or are you just speaking in parables?
Well, I'm speaking on a parable because when I say could have been, nobody knew about a community health worker. That's what I am today. I'm a community health worker for UCLA Medical Center. And I help navigate the same individuals that I was incarcerated with. I assist them with getting connected with a healthcare provider, and then I assist with additional social resources.
Okay. So that something that you visioned while you was in prison, or that was just something that fell in your hand? It sounded like probably a rhetorical question again, or a repeated question, but I'm trying to get clarity on it. You said that you had a vision while you were, incarcerated, and then you just, seeing the vision through. So was that part of your vision, or just a part of just being a productive citizen was part of your vision?
So my vision was to get into society and rebuild the society that I once helped to destroy.
Okay.
So that I helped destroy the world. So I travel. So I try to implement positive vibes and good energy no matter where I go. Humanity is first and foremost to me.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna ask you this. Where part in your journey, being incarcerated, that you start become humanized? Where did you start, seeing the necessary of, being, a human being and seeing everybody as human beings?
So what I realize in society, you have self-view, worldview, and other view. How you view yourself is how you view others. And how you view others, in turn, how you view the world, right?
Yes.
So at one point in time, I seen myself as depleted.
Okay.
Right? When you go to the bank and they say you depleted, right?
Yeah.
That means you have no funds.
That part.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I found myself depleted, I thrived and tried in every means possible to fulfill what I considered to be a hood dream, not an American dream. Because you can't consider yourself something that you don't know the full understanding or definition of. But I knew what a Crip was.
Exactly.
And I understood that to the full festivity of the definition. And so with that, I held that dear. And so when I made the transition in life, it was like, okay, I'm going to try something different. When transition came, right, that epiphany, that aha moment, that moment of clarity, right?
Yeah.
It came from an old soul, which is my father, Charles Cleveland Thompson, a man from Jackson, Mississippi. And he told me, he said, son, why does it always have to be you?
Mm-hmm.
It fell on deaf ears for many years. But then I realized what he was saying to me. Why do you always have to sacrifice where everybody else go out and live their life?
Exactly. Exactly.
Why do you have to be stuck in the penitentiary?
Exactly. So for a period of time, were you angry knowing that fact, or did you was able to get past the anger point and know that a lot of things that we have done was just predicated on our decisions, and we're just man enough to roll with our decisions? Or did you even have an angry point?
Well, anger is an emotion, right? That is one that most people don't understand. Anger can be driven in a way to catapult you to winning Super Bowls or NBA championships, right? And it can also catapult you to the lowest lows, right? Of becoming a bum in the streets, becoming a crack addict. It all depends on what energy that you grab from it, right? And so with me, it was more or less that I knew that I was better than what I had become.
Man, very well stated. Very well stated. So how far from the Jim Jones that the streets know to the Mr. Thompson of today, how far has that man from the old man? How far you left the old man behind to the new man?
Well, I understand where I'm at, right? And I live in a society that says that you respect every man. I travel all over the world. That's why I say I understand different places. I understand. I've been in states that have the right to bear arms and no marijuana. Where I've walked in a store and a young man has a Tech 9 hanging out his pants, and another man has a 357 in his holster. They respect one another. They respect the laws of man. They teach their kids how to respect guns. But that's the one thing that we shun our kids from out here in the States, where marijuana is the focal point.
Okay. All right, that's starting to make sense. So, looking at the world today, opposed to the time when you were out there, you know, in them streets, or they call it outside now these days.
Mm-hmm.
What you see in these youngsters today that wasn't in us, for say?
Well, I don't discredit the youngsters today. Everything that I see in them is everything that was missing in us, right? Okay. And that was a sense to be loved, a sense of belonging, a sense of feeling appreciated, a sense of feeling respected, a sense of feeling driven. Someone to tell you you matter. I appreciate you. I understand what you're going through. Those were the things that I needed to hear when I was a youth. And those are the same things that this youth need to hear today. Because one thing for certain, they feel that we failed them, but they fail to realize that there was a generation that failed us.
Man, so that's well put. I'm getting a different perspective, you know what I'm saying, for sure. You know, I done did a few interviews and talked to, you know, a few brothers, and you know, I always just, you know, regurgitate kind of the same questions just to see another man's point of view. And so, you know what I'm saying, that makes sense. What you think we need to do, you know what I'm saying, to help? Like, if we can change something and we had the power to change something, what you think that change should be or could be?
I will pour into each and every man and ask them to change themselves. Look deep within yourself, in the bowels of your mind, and appreciate, but most importantly, be honest with who you are. Homosexual, heterosexual, whatever it is you are in life, stand in it. Because that's the problem today. People don't stand in who they are and what they are, because they're worried about what everybody else is going to say and how they're going to judge them. Okay. But at the same token, we want to respect everybody and have everybody respect us. But at the same token, we're judgmental. But so I say this. This is my thing. I don't care what you say about me. Just tell the truth.
Exactly.
The truth don't need no defense.
At all. And it shouldn't offend at all.
The truth doesn't offend if you understand what the truth is. Right?
Yes, sir.
Whatever your walk in life is, stand in it. Own your shit. If you can't, I wish you could. Because it feels good to be able to own your shit, stand in your own two shoes. Good, bad, or indifferent. Be you.
Be you.
Love you. Respect you.
That
Help
part.
others understand you. But if they don't, believe me, there are like-minded people who will understand you.
That part right there. That part right there. So what are the achievements you made since you been home?
So currently I work for UCLA Medical Center under the social work department. I'm a community health worker. And what that entails is the same individuals that I walk the track with, smoke cigarettes, play dominoes, pinochle, so forth and so on. These are the same individuals that I assist coming out, getting set up with a healthcare provider, and then I assist them with additional social resources.
Okay. And so you got certified for these different fields and et cetera?
So I have a certification in mental health. I have a certification in violence prevention. I have a certification in CPR training. I have a certification in communication and awareness in the healthcare system, and so forth and so on.
So these were achieved inside or post incarceration?
These are post achievements.
Okay. Okay, so very good. So if viewers was listening, and you get a lot of brothers ask that question when that tap in from time to time from the prison, they really want to know how hard is it to not be part of recidivism rate. What's your take on that? Have you not been part of the recidivism rate?
So I always had a philosophy that I learned from someone. And a mind that's made up is a mind that won't revert. I've been through my struggles, drugs, alcohol, streets, women, money, all the luxuries of life. But when your mind is made up, then there's no deterrence, right? Because at the end of the day, for me, I want to be a productive citizen. I want to know that I matter. I want to show that I matter. I have the opportunity to vote. I vote.
Okay.
A lot of people say, what does it matter? It ain't going to change nothing. It changed the way that I view the world. That's what it changes.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, no matter who sits in office, you going to do and be who the hell you are.
Exactly.
Own your shit.
Exactly. So, before we cut this short, what is it that you can tell the world that you feel matter, that no matter how many people hear it and not be doers, and how many people be doers and not hearers, what would that be?
So this is what I give to the world, because I can't tell the world anything. The world has been here far before me, far before you, right? Mm-hmm. And it'll be here far than we would ever exceed in life. But what I will say is, When you see that man and woman walking down the street, envision that it's your parents, your brother, sister, or cousin. Right? Because at the end of the day, what it shows is compassion. You wouldn't want somebody to demonstrate negative behavior to your siblings. So why would you do it to others? Be kind to one another as you would have them do unto you. But most importantly, be kind to oneself. Understand that self-care is the best care. And with that being said, just explore life and understand that life is about a vibe. If you feel it, you do. If you don't, discard it. But understand you live to see another day. I greatly appreciate the opportunity that was provided to me on this platform. For my dear brother, childhood friend, sandbox mate, BG Ali, I thank you. I humbly say I greatly appreciate it. And I look forward to having another opportunity to sit at your table and feed from your flesh.
I appreciate you taking out the time and the moment. It's very well appreciated. Thank you.